Hey everyone, Sarah here. Welcome back to my channel, Never Out of Books. And it's March. And March might have my two favorite month-long readathons ever in it. And they are Middle Grade March and March Mystery Madness. I am very much hoping to get a good reading month under my belt because I need one. So this year, both of them have prompts. I have books to fulfill all of the prompts. Not fully happy with my TBR though, so this could go completely awry. I will start with my Middle Grade March reads first. There are 5 prompts and then there's a group read. I will not be reading the group read. I did not plan ahead and it wasn't a book that I had readily available on my TBR. Sorry, I won't be participating in that. One of the prompts is a book with illustrations and another prompt is a book to screen adaptation, and I will be reading the same book for this. This came out of nowhere, I will totally give you that, but Pinocchio. So I've had this book on my shelf since I was a child. I think it might be my grandmother's book, maybe. I've never read it. It does have like these, it does have plates in it with illustrations, and it is definitely a book to movie adaptation with the Disney version of Pinocchio anyway. And it's something that I have forgotten about, basically, until I was looking on my shelves for something to fit the book to movie adaptation in particular. So I'm very intrigued by this one. This one I'm very much looking forward to. I may not read this particular edition, because as you can tell, it is very old. I'm sure it's somewhere open source, and I would probably put it on my iPad and read it that way. For a book about books, or a book about stories, I am going to read The Sisters Grimm by Michael Buckley. This is the first book in the Fairy Tale Detective series, and these, I believe in these books, Grimm's fairy tales come alive. So this definitely fits this. I do have this on audio as well, so I don't know whether I will read it or listen to it. We'll see how that goes. And I just noticed right this second, there's pictures in it. So it fits that prompt too. The genre that they're reading this time around is a mystery, which is perfect because I love mysteries. So The Sisters Grimm is a mystery, but I need to catch up on my Stuart Gibbs reading. This is the Charlie Thorne and the Last Equation. This is the first book in a new series that he's starting. If you've followed my channel for any length of time, you'd know that I adore Stuart Gibbs and his writing, and so I'm interested to get into this next hero and see what goes on here. And I just realized Charlie's a girl. Girl power. And this will not be a surprise either, because I seem to have this book on every middle grade TBR that I have, and I still haven't read it yet. This is a book set in another country. I'm going to read Murder Most Unladylike by Robin Stevens. I'm assuming this is set somewhere in the UK since it is from the UK. And this is a mystery, which I love. And it is set in a boarding school, which also ticks off a box. So I'm not really sure why I haven't read this yet. This is the month. So that TBR I'm pretty good about. My March Mystery Madness TBR is the one that I'm kind of displeased about, but I'll let you know why as we go along. So they'd like you to read 5 books, although you don't have to. It doesn't matter. That's usually not a problem with me because I love mysteries. The first prompt that they put on there was to read the 5th book of a series because it's all about 5. So I chose Pampered in Death by Diana Orgain. This is the 5th book in the Maternal Instincts series. I have only read one of this series, so now you can see where I'm a little bit, I would have to read a lot of books before I get to this one. So we'll see how that goes. I do have another book of this series on this TBR, and that is for the year divisible by 5 in its published year. And for that I picked the 2nd book of this series, which is Motherhood is Murder. It was published in 2010. So as you can see, I'm going to have to read a lot of these books in order to complete these challenges. but we'll see how it goes because they are a fun, cozy mystery series. Another prompt is to read a book with 5 or more words in the title. This also gave me a little bit of something going on here. I chose Lost Books and Old Bones by Paige Sheldon. This is the 3rd book, I think, in the Scottish Bookshop mystery series. I have not read the 2nd book, though, which is this one, I think. So to meet that prompt, I would have to read at least 2 books. To read a book with a page count divisible by 5, I am going to read Very Special Forces by Camilla Schaefer. This one is actually the next one I need to read in this series, so that is good. And these are humorous mysteries, I want to say, because she is a police officer, so by definition it's not technically a cozy, although they're very lighthearted. And there are 225 pages in the book, meeting the challenge. For a book published in May of any year, I have Death by Bikini by Linda Gerber. This is a young adult book, and she, the girl, lives on a luxury resort on an island, and there is a murder there and she has to solve it. And this one I really struggled with. A book with 5 or 5th in the title. I did not have any books on my shelves or on my TBR even that were mysteries with 5 or 5th in the title. I don't think I had any books, period, much less mysteries. So I had to do a little sleuthing. So this one I would have to get from the library. I don't know if there is a weight on it or not, or what the availability is going to be perfectly honest. And this is not my normal genre because I am linking this with my nonfiction reading for the year because I think this sounds like a very interesting book. It is a true crime, and it is 5 Days at Memorial by Sherry Fink. That's what it looks like apparently, or I guess. And this is about the nurses stuck at the hospital after Hurricane Katrina struck, and the healthcare people who had to triage the people who would get out of the hospital and who could not, and the overuse of medications to the point of killing people, and all of the deeds that went on with that. As a healthcare worker, it's kind of an interesting read, but very different than my normal thing. And it does have 5 in the title, and I think it kind of fits this. If not, oh well. So I do kind of, I think that sounds interesting. We'll see if I get to it though. As usual on this month, I probably have about a bazillion other books I could read or should read, but these are the ones that fit the prompts, and that is actually, so I'm going to leave it at that and hope for the best. So I will talk to you all again later. I hope you are reading something wonderful. If you have any questions or comments about any of the books I'm reading, please feel free to leave them below, or if you have any encouragement or anything at all, I accept it all. And I will talk to you later. Bye.